Hi everyone, this is Sandy Create the Heart, and I'm back to share kind of the last bit of cutouts from my Scrapbooking Made Simple order. So if you watch my first video, I'll link to all my videos so you can see those ones. But the first video, I showed my haul. The second video, I showed about half of them, sort of what they look like cut out and kind of my impressions on them. And then this is the last half. I ended up not cutting all of them. I think I cut like 99% of them. I think there's two things I didn't cut or I struggled to cut. Actually, one I struggled to cut. It's going to be destashed, and that'll be a surprise. And then the other one, I'm going to use it hopefully very soon in a project. So I also went up and I looked at my prices. So one item I paid $7.99 for. I'll show you that. Everything else was $4.99 or under. So all of these items, like all of the Echo Park, were $4.99 and $3.99. So really, really good deal. Because if you go and you look those up, they are extremely expensive. The Echo Park, I looked them up last night. They're like $20, $24. This extra large die, it cuts, and I cut it, and actually I thought maybe I wouldn't keep it because it seems redundant to me because I have a scoreboard. So I'm on the fence about whether I should keep it or not. So I would appeal to you, my subscribers, my watchers, to let me know what you think, if I should keep it or not. So the reason why I'm debating about whether to keep it or not is, first of all, it does not cut a A2 size card exactly. It's a little bit short. And I'll go over the measurements of what I cut in a second. I do like the little pieces that fit in, but I have an insert die from Sizzix, and it's easy to cut a mat. So I'm debating. Anyway, this is what I cut right here. And this is, okay, so it is 5 3/4 across by 4 1/4. So in theory, it can fit a card, but when I put one in there, maybe it does fit one. I don't know, because see, it seems a little bit, I don't know, maybe this one is a little bit not 4 1/4 that I pulled. Now it's 4 1/4. And this is 4 1/4. So I think that when you fold it, it's losing some space, and then putting the liner in, it's losing some space. So in theory, it does cut an A2 size card. It's just that when you put the liner in it, it shrinks the inside up a little bit. So I did cut it. The thing about envelopes is it looks better and goes together better if you use really thin paper. And so I don't have a lot of thin paper. I just happen to have some. And so it did cut very nicely. I think this is American Crafts. I got it from Joann's. And then my liner is cardstock. So maybe that was where my problem is. So that's what it looks like all put together. It's very nice. I mean, it's very nice. And then here's the mat. And then I just decorated it. So I'm on the fence about it. It cost $3.99. Pretty good deal. I mean, will I use it? I'm not sure. I don't use my envelope punch that much, but I do use it. So anyway, that's this one right here. Then this one right here, this is the $7.99 one. So this one was the most expensive one. And what you can make, I mean, you can make all kinds of different family gingerbread men, however you want to do it. But the picture shows, oops, sorry, Matt, frame here. The picture shows like you cut the bigger one out twice. You can make a dad and a mom, or a boy and a girl, an older boy and a girl, I don't know, using that same die right here. And they give you the pieces to make different sized outfits. Okay, and then the smaller die can make a smaller boy and a smaller girl. So it's got a lot of versatility. What I like about this one is that you do not have to adhere these tiny little pieces. They cut completely out. So these, you can put any color paper that you want behind it. then you'll get the look. So you could trace your gingerbread, put it on white paper, for example, cut that out, and you've got all your little icings done for you. You don't have to put those on there, which I love, okay? So that's really cool. And then these pieces are not real tiny, and I'll show you. So they're easy to work with, but you also could do enamel dots. You could do Nuvo drops. I mean, you have other options for how to put real buttons down. So you have options with that. And so I found it really easy to put together. I thought the pieces were good size. And so this is what I cut. I cut the little one into a girl. You can see the back of, because I just, that's how I did it, because I'm just cutting these for samples because it's not Christmas anymore. And then I cut this one with the top hat, and that's how that one looks. And so this is the sizes. So I really like that die. That one was $7.99. This one I believe was $3.99. And I don't see exactly how much this one is. But this one, this is what it looks like. I cut it out of very thin paper. This is one that I would definitely cut out of something sturdier than this paper. It's almost like a copy paper kind of paper, so it's pretty small. And then it comes with these different words, but it's weird because the only words, like this one says party, and I forget what this one says, I can't see it, but the only words that actually fit on this thing is the for you. Like the other words are too giant to even fit. So that's kind of confusing to me. I don't know. I don't understand how that works. It's for you, party, and with love. And they actually, none of those words are too big. They wouldn't even fit. The for you is the only one I think that will actually fit on there. So that's kind of odd. It's okay. I don't hate it. I mean, it's a good price. I just actually discovered that I have a Sizzix pillow box die, which I'm going to try and see if I like it better. So we'll see. And then this one was a big old headache because I have some dies. Actually, I have this cottage rose die from Sarah Davis that I love, and I actually made a whole bunch of roses with that die, and I think I can use felts and other things with it. So I cannot get my flower to look like this no matter how hard I try. Like, I looked on YouTube, there wasn't a lot of videos on how to make these things, and I just could not. So it's a big fail for me. So something like this, they really should consider putting like a tutorial video on how to put your flowers together, because the dies themselves are very easy to cut out and very easy to use, but I'm not happy with how that turned out. And I do like what I already have, so go figure on that one. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple of things, and then I'm going to show you a project. So this is, I believe this is $3.99. Bee and Tree. This was very easy to put together. The pieces are easy to work with. I mean, I was in a hurry just putting stuff together because I have other things I want to work on, but I did really want to show you guys what things look like. Because if you're out and about on the web and you see these things and you see a good price and it's something that you know you like because you've seen my video, then that's cool, because that's the hardest part with the dies is you don't know what they look like or how they're going to cut until you do it or you see someone do it. So, oh, and also I wanted to show this one because I did a project that I just stuck this one on there. I really love this little butterfly. I think it's so cute. It's so easy to use. It cuts so nicely, and it'd be really cute on a rosette or as a little extra decoration on any kind of Happy Mail or any kind of scene card that you're making. You want a little extra something. This is your die. This is a layering butterfly die. I think it costs by Dough Crafts. It costs like $1.49 or something like that. You get two pieces. You get your solid piece. You could just use a solid piece. And then you also get the layering piece, which you also can use separately. But then you can layer them together, and it makes a really pretty presentation. And it's super easy. It's like everything I asked for in a die. So I just made a really quick card to show you guys what it looks like. And I just used a lot of scrap. So here is the butterfly, and I did it in pink and pink glitter paper. Here is my bee, and then here's my tree, and I used just this copper paper because I just had some scrap and I wanted to use it. So Happy Bee Days from Honeybee Stamps, and then I use this honeycomb plate from Paper Tray Ink that I've had for quite a while. So that's my project to show you guys what that one looks like. And then this is another one that was very inexpensive. It was like $1 something. And it's just a little unicorn die. And so all I did was just cut out in silver, and I just put on a rosette because I had a rosette out, just to give you an idea of what it looks like. I'm not sure how I feel about this die. It cuts obviously very well. I just have to figure how I'm going to use it, but it's cheap, so I'll probably keep it. Okay, so now we're into some dies that I'm not a fan of. And I'm probably going to destash because, you know, somebody else's not love is somebody else's love, right? Okay, that's how I see it. So I've got this little gingerbread die. This is a tonic die, gingerbread man die. And so it's a one craft die. So there's one die in there. And so I just kind of cut it out in brown, like a tan or something. And then I just put it on black so that you can take a look and see what it looks like layered with another color. Okay, so there's that one. And then here is another one. This is Jolly Santa. It's one die. And so here he is, and he's a really good size. Just feel like, I don't know, it's not quite what I want in a Santa. So there you go. I'm not exactly sure how much that one was. Let me see. I think I've got my, sorry, $3.99. That's I think what it was. And then here is Baby Rudolph. And here is what this one looks like. So I'm not a fan of all the pieces that pop all out. I prefer the ones that layer on top of each other. I don't know if that makes sense. That build on each other. I just think they're a much easier die to work with and to put together. Because what you could do with this particular die, and the other one as well, is you could cut it out multiple times and then in different colors, and then you can piece together the colors that you want, kind of like a puzzle. I don't like that. I hate that actually, but a lot of people don't mind it. So this is probably a die for you because you can make this look really cute. And just cut like this on white, super cute. It's just not really something I think I'm gonna go towards because it's not really what I'm looking for. So the dies that I guess I'll tell you the dies that I didn't like, I cut them out. I didn't like it. The die is over by my machine, so it's on the other side of the room. This is the mini snowflake rosette. It's much smaller. The rosette itself is much smaller than I thought, and I actually don't like it. It was hard for me to cut it. It was hard for me to do it, to put it together. It just didn't work for me. I was not a fan of this particular die, and I was disappointed because that was the one I was most looking forward to. So that one's going to be destashed. The other one that I didn't cut out, I'm going to keep this die, was this one. I just wasn't in the mood to cut this one out, but I think you guys get an idea of what it looks like. It's just a basic speech bubble die. I have lots of superhero dies, and so I got one from Kindred Stamps, and I'm not Kindred, La La Land. Who did I get it from? Crap, I forgot. Well, I do have one from Kindred Stamps, but I also got a new one, and I can't remember where. Oh, Crafton Desert Divas. I got a new, it's a troll superhero one. Then I thought this would be really cute. And the La La Land steel dies are crazy expensive. Crazy expensive. So when I can get one for under $5, I usually pick it up because they are really expensive. But anyway, that was the full cut of all my stuff. I would love your opinion if you think about what I decided I liked, didn't like, what you think about the envelope die. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging in there and watching. I will link to the other two videos in this little mini series so that you can take a look. Geez, I have a lot to do. So I might try and do a destash this week. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching. This is Cindy Crane with the Heart.